This question belongs to data structure subject and was asked in GATE CSE 2014 SET-1. So the question states, consider the following C function in which size is the number of elements in the array E. So this is a function. Now it is asking the value returned by the function my x is maximum possible sum of elements in any subarray of E, maximum element in any subarray of the array E, sum of the maximum elements in all possible subarrays of the array E, the sum of all possible elements in the array E. So let us see. So here what we are doing, we are passing our array E an unsigned integer size. So this size is basically the size of the array. So let us suppose we have some array like this, which is some elements 10, minus 2, 3, minus 7, 8, 12, minus 15, 10 and 3. Now what it is doing is that it is initializing y to 0 and a variable z which will have garbage value initially, and I, j and k which will have garbage values. Okay. Now what it is doing? It is looping for the size of this array E, and it is calculating all the items and storing it in y, which means y will store sum of all elements of E. So y will have all these sums. So it is 12 minus 2 10, 10 plus 3 13, 13 minus 7 6, 6 plus 8 14, 14 plus 12 26, 26 minus 15 11, 11 plus 10 21, 21 plus 3 24. So it will store 24. Now we are looking for I equals to 0, I is less than size, I plus plus. So size is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it will loop from 0 till 8 and another loop. So let us suppose I is over here. Then j will start its loop from I, j will start from here and will go till the size. And what this will do, it will initialize z to 0 and then it will again loop from I to j and calculate the sum of all the items till there. So what it is doing is that, suppose I is over here and j is over here, it will calculate the sum to be 10. Now j will move over here, it will calculate the sum to be 10 minus 2 8. Then j will move over here, it will calculate the sum. Similarly j will move till here. Then j will increment. J has incremented and we have calculated the sum. Now I will increment. So now in the next iteration what will happen is that I will start from index 1 and j will start from index 1. J will span. Now again I will start from index 2, j will start from index 2. So what it is doing is that these i's and j's are helping us to find all the subarrays, and k is helping us to find sum of all subarrays. See, initially I and j, I is at 0, j is at 0, then j increments 2, 0, 3 up till what is the size? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it will go to 0, 8. Then I will increment, j will be same. Then it will again go from 1, 8. Then similarly it will continue till 8. It will start from 8, 0. See, it will go till 7, 7, then 7, 8, and then 8, 8. So it is finding actually all the subarrays, and this k loop is basically finding sum of all the subarrays. Then if we are checking if z is greater than y, if any value is greater than this 24, we will update it. So let us see whether we will get any value greater than 24 or not. Here in this case we won't get any value greater than 24. Any subarray I think won't be greater than 24 because we can't skip any. But let us suppose this was like this, then it will be 12 minus 2, 10 minus 2, 8 plus 3, 11, 11 minus 7, 6, 6 plus 8, 14, 14 plus 12, 26, 26 minus 15, 11, 11 plus 10, 21, 21 minus 3, it's 18. Okay. Then in that case, this subarray, this 0 till 7 will have the sum 21. It will be greater than this, so it will update this. So at any time if we get any sum greater than this, let us suppose we got 25, 52, then we will update this. And at the end we are returning this y value only. So what y has? Y has the max of sum of elements of any subarray. See, these I and j's are helping us to find the subarrays, and k is helping us to find the sum of subarrays. Sum of subarray items, and this is helping us to maintain this max item. So y will have the maximum value of sum of all possible elements in any subarray of P. So answer to this question is option